In this video we solve 3 higher maths questions. One on complex numbers, a second one on functions, and a third one on probability distribution. In this Argand diagram, the point A represents the complex number -1 plus 4i, and the point B represents the complex number -3 plus 0i. The shape ABCD is a square, and you need to figure out the complex numbers C and D. We can solve this in many ways, but perhaps the easiest one is to rotate this right angle triangle with sides 2 and 4. D, the complex number 2 down and 4 across from A, is 3 plus 2i, and C, the complex number 2 left and 4 down from D, is 1 minus 2i. In this second question, you need to consider the function y equals the absolute value of the reciprocal of x squared minus b squared. X is real and b is a positive constant. You need to sketch the curve and make sure that you include any intercepts, maximums or minimums, and any asymptotes. We can do this in 3 steps. First, we are going to sketch y equals x squared minus b squared. Then we will sketch its reciprocal and finally its absolute value. Ready? The function y equals x squared minus b squared is a quadratic with vertex at 0 minus b squared. Take a moment to figure out the x-intercepts. Got it? Our function crosses the x-axis at minus b and plus b because these two values make y equals 0. These two zeros are very important because they will become the asymptotes of our reciprocal function. That's right, we can't divide by 0, so the reciprocal function will not be defined at those 2 points. The graph of the reciprocal, 1 over x squared minus b squared, has asymptotes at x equals negative b and x equals b. The maximum value happens when the denominator is minimum, at the vertex x equals 0 of our parabola. Remember, at x equals 0, y equals negative 1 over b squared. Last but not least, if we find the absolute value, we are turning any negative values into positive. The only points that return a negative value of y are points between those two asymptotes, minus b and plus b. So we need to reflect the graph for points between minus b and plus b. This is the graph of the absolute value with a minimum at 1 over b squared. In this third question, a random variable modeled by the Poisson distribution has a chance 3/4 of taking a value bigger than 0, and we need to find the mean and the chance of taking a value bigger than 1. A variable modeled by Poisson can only take discrete values, so it can only take 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. The chance of taking a value bigger than 0 equals 1 minus the chance of taking a value of 0. True, because it either takes a value of 0 or bigger than 0, so they both add up to 1, the whole range of possibilities. Now, substituting x equals 0 into the formula leads to the equation. How? Well, any number to the power of 0 is 1, and 0 factorial is 1. To solve the equation, we swap terms, simplify 1 minus 3/4 to 1/4, and take natural logarithms. The mean is ln of 4. The chance of taking a value bigger than 1 can be calculated using the previous answer. All we have to do is minus the chance of the variable taking a value of 1. We don't want to include 1 neither, so it is the previous one, 3/4, minus the answer of substituting x equals 1, and mean equals ln 4. E to the power of negative ln 4 is 1/4, and you can double check this using your calculator. 1 factorial equals 1, so the chance of this to happen is 3/4 minus 1/4 of ln 4. I will leave you with the other 4 videos on the playlist Higher Mathematics, and until next week, happy learning!